Welcome back. Shout out to Ari Morris, already in the building. On this stream, I want. Oh, wait, 1 second. Sorry about that. On this stream, I want to deal with Sean Lowe. Sean Lowe made the news again. This article surfaced yesterday. It says Sean Lowe reveals what he told his and Catherine's kids after dog attack. Now, they spaced this article out a lot and they wrote a lot. They wrote a lot. And I want to read what Sean said. I don't know why they didn't include this with the initial story. Yeah, because they definitely did not. Or maybe they did and I didn't see it. Maybe they did and I didn't see it. And I'm saying that because maybe some of you already have heard of this. But I did not know that he has said all of this stuff. And this is crazy. So after the attack, this is in quotations now. He said, I'm the biggest dog lover. Okay. I've always been. My grandfather once said, a man without a dog is not a wealthy man. A man without a dog is not a wealthy man. And just, I love that. I think it's so true. Isn't that kind of creepy right there? Like, yeah, you just love that because what? It's just a nice thing to say? I mean, no reason why you're going to say something like that. Give this dog so much praise. A man without a dog is not a wealthy man. It's like, this is the problem. We've never questioned this dog mania. And people in dog culture never question it. They just, adopt it. It's like a cultural thing. Something that they pass down. Everybody does it. So the thing is to be a dog lover. That's why I don't like about dog culture. It's pretty much forced. They force it onto their offspring. These kids grow up with these dogs. Continuing on, he said, by all accounts, he just seemed like a great dog. He was great with the kids. He was very loving. End quote. Now the dog was not loving at all. And remember, he only had the dog for like 3, 4 months. If that. It was a shelter mutt. He's talking like he had the dog since it was a puppy and they grew up together. No. This guy is tweaking out. Um Struggle Moose in the Dallas area. Look at this. He said, which is why the March 8th incident, uh, where he was attacked on his arm, felt like it was straight out of a horror film. I do remember sharing that where he said that felt like it was straight out of a horror film, and they're saying that he said that just because the dog had been so loving and was great with the kids, and the dog was never great with the kids. It just hadn't attacked them yet. These dumb things don't do anything that would make you say, oh, it's being great with the kids. Oh, it's great with the kids. It's talking about that dog not attacking them. That's just goofy. Um, because, they'll see the dog not attacking them and they'll think, oh, it's a perfect fit. Oh, this is a safe dog. And you saw after, and I think it was less than 3 months, he was taking family photos with that stupid mutt. That fast. You had just got this thing out of a shelter. And you already acting and behaving as if you raised the thing from a puppy, which wouldn't make any sense, but it would be more understandable as to why you would trust it. Anyway, he says the kids loved Moose. He slept with them every night. I do remember sharing this as well. Said Moose had something wrong in his head, and unfortunately, these things happen. And that's not true. I'm going to skip over that because they quote him a lot. Like I said, they spaced out the things that he said a lot. He said, uh, look at this. But despite the scary incident, his kids are still there to make other four-legged friends. His kids are still there to make other four-legged friends. Are you out of your mind, dude? Listen to that. He gets attacked and he reaches out to reassure the public, don't worry, my kids still love dogs. What kind of creepy, weird nonsense is that? Dog worshiping craziness is that? He said they've handled it really well. He's talking about his kids. Look at this. This is a quote. He said, my biggest fear is that because they witnessed part of the second time he attacked me, they would have some fear of dogs. And I'm so grateful that that has not been the case. It really hasn't. Listen to that. He's celebrating. He's celebrating over the fact that his kids have not said to him, I don't like dogs. I don't want to be around dogs. You big goofy, what if you get attacked again? And this time the attack is a whole lot worse. And then you get attacked again and again. You idiot. What you gonna do? Just keep getting dogs again? Yes, you are. Because you're possessed, buddy. You're possessed and you're dangerous. You're dangerous. What is it? CPS should pay you a visit. To be honest, he said, in fact, his crew, look at this. In fact, his crew will still try to steal their friend's dog for a sec. Huh? Listen to how excited he is to reassure other dog lovers that he's going to go right back to endangering himself and, most importantly, endangering his kids. He's happy about it. He's bragging about that. When Sean is outside with the kids, this is a quote. I go out of my way every time one of our neighbors is walking their dog down the street. Hey, can we stop and pet Poppy or whoever the dog is? Just because I want to keep reinforcing, like, dogs are our friends. He does this with the kids. Can you believe that? This is after you've been attacked. Now you go out of your way when you see someone with a dog and you take your kids with you to go up to pet it. He is a complete product of dog propaganda. Wow. Wow. Go out of your way, huh? To endanger yourself again, huh? Do the same stupid thing again, right? Your kid's probably looking at you like an idiot. But let's continue. Which is why he had some trepidation about telling fans what happened. But because so much of our life is public, I knew that people would ask, hey, where's Moose? I just wanted to get out in front of it. Look at this. Wow. We love dogs, Sean said. And we know dogs are man's best friend and are absolutely an advocate for dogs. Man, wait a minute. Let me take a pause. Dude, he is like a brainwashed zombie. A dog programmed, nutter programmed. This is nutter programming. I mean, it sounds like he's more of a nutter after being attacked. Oh, I gotta go harder now. Dude, what are you talking about? Let's continue. He said, we love dogs and we know dogs are man's best friend and are absolutely an advocate for adopting dogs, but that risks exists. And I think it would behoove parents to learn about it and teach your kids how to behave around dogs. Huh? Your kids were not the ones who was attacked. You were. How did we get here? What are you talking about? The dog needs to learn how to behave around people. The dog is the one launching the attacks. Kids ain't doing nothing. Were you doing something? Were you misbehaving? What type of nonsense is that? Were you misbehaving, Sean? No, it attacked you for no reason. So why wouldn't it attack them for no reason? You're goofy, a brainwashed goofy. I know nobody around you is going to tell you this, is going to talk to you like this. So I am. Look at this. So would you accept this bit of advice? He recommends reminding kids that they shouldn't pet dogs without permission or put their hands in a dog's face because most dogs don't like that, Sean said. Ask the owner, may I pet your dogs? Are they friendly? How should I pet them? Things like that, because that's so important. What are you talking about, dude? The kids were not attacked. This guy is just randomly trying to chastise kids for misbehaving and provoking dog attacks. Huh? Are you high? What's wrong with this dude? You don't just get to come out and lecture random kids for some imaginary scenario. You got attacked. You lunatic. He's tweaking out. Okay, let's continue. What in the world? That's so important. But their stories helped him find the silver lining of the situation. We love dogs. Okay, for whatever reason, that part of the article repeats itself. It looks like some type of error made by the writer. You see? So we end it right here because that's so important right here. And while he's handing out roses, or excuse me, handing out parenting tips, he'd like to dust off the recommendation he received as a new dad. This is going to sound so cliche, he said, but really try to enjoy every chapter from the moment you hold your child to the first time in the hospital, to that first scary car ride home, to those nights where you're just rocking the baby, to their first words, the first time they take their first steps. It's just so special. And while he acknowledged He's in danger of becoming one of those old guys that are telling young people it happens so fast, enjoy it. It does happen rather fast. Once he knows there were nights he raced through the routine so that what in the world could rest. Listen, listen to this guy. He's saying enjoy every moment as a father because what? You could be taken out at any moment. Is that what you're saying? That's what it sounds like you're saying. Enjoy every moment, every second you have with your family because you never know. It could change just like that. You idiot. Change because of something you did. No, you don't just sit, you don't bring a threat into the home and then give that lecture. Hey, be sure to enjoy every moment because this dog that I just brought in the house could rip my throat out at any second. You brainwashed idiot. What is wrong with you? This dude is tweaking out. Wow. It's very difficult, but it's also a short chapter of life. Sean stressed of those early parenting years, and when it's gone, it's gone. So he and Catherine are holding firm to their bachelor era vow to create a home that's full of love and laughter. And they're not the only franchise stars to feel everything's coming. Man, listen to this nonsense. Create a home that's full of love and laughter. How about create a safe home? He's talking about create a home full of love and laughter so that you enjoy every moment. Because the stupid dog that you acquire from a shelter could take you out at any second. CPS needs to come take those kids from him. This man is dangerous. This nutter, this brainwashed nutter is a major threat to his families. And this is actually one of the craziest stories I've covered this year. What a lunatic. What a lunatic. Sean Lowe, you need to get some help, buddy. Ma'am, if you love your husband, if you love your husband and you hear this video, you need to get him some help. This is crazy. He is the direct product of dog propaganda. This idea that after you're attacked by a dog, you need to become more dedicated at surrounding yourself by dogs. Are you? This man is crazy. But it's not just him. This is all of dog culture. That's what xenophobia, that's what it is. You get attacked, the doctors remind you that, hey, make sure you don't avoid dogs now going forward. Don't you go out there avoiding dogs now because that's xenophobia. Get right back out there, and every dog you see, you go right up to it and you ask for permission to pet it. No, this man is crazy. And this is dog culture. Y'all are crazy. Child endangerment is a criminal act. This is false. It is not a criminal act. It's a part of dog culture. Well, I take that back. It is. And y'all are just committing a crime. See, dog culture is a criminal culture. This is what it's all about. And I'm pointing this out because you all are breaking the law, including Sean Lowe. You're actually breaking the law. So if this rhetoric that he's talking is not enough, why can't you at least get him on this? I mean, for his statements alone and what he's been through alone, he's a threat. But wow, he's also breaking the law. That lady as well, both of them, as the parents, as the guardians, breaking the law. It's so clear, very clear in this example. These nutters are crazy. Just built-in endangerment for dog culture. It's another case, excuse me, another story that surfaced yesterday. And I thought it sort of fit in with this case, this situation with Sean Lowe in this dangerous household that this guy governs. So it was reported yesterday that a youngster was bitten in the face by a neighbor's dog in North Carolina. The dog was shot dead by the owner.
A 5-year-old is recovering tonight after her neighbor's dog bit her in the face.
Wake County officials tell us that it also bit one of its owners, and the other owner shot and killed that dog. It happened yesterday on Pulleytown Road near Wake Forest, and CBS 17's Mary Smith is live outside the hospital where the family took that girl. And Mary, first of all, how's she doing?
Well, her parents tell me that she is okay, but she does have stitches in her arm and her lip. They took her here yesterday to Wake Med North, where she was treated for several hours.
She's doing good. Yep, she's sore, but overall she's doing real good.
Joe Shannon says his 5-year-old daughter was bitten by a neighbor's dog Thursday afternoon. It happened at his neighbor's home near Wake Forest off Pulleytown Road. He says his wife got a call about an emergency.
She got the call, and she ran out the house, talking about, we got to go, and I jumped in the truck and went down there.
Shannon says they took their daughter to Wake Med North, where she was treated for several hours.
Let's be honest. This sounds like a similar household to Sean Lowe's, right? Sound like the same type of household. Let me see if I can do this here. Let's do this. It'll be a smaller screen, but I hope it's okay.
As they took their daughter to Wake Med North, where she was treated for several hours.
She had 4 lacerations on her lip, total of 14 stitches, 2 puncture wounds on her right arm, a stitch in each one of them.
The family tells CBS 17 that they're close with the family that owns the dog, and their daughter has interacted with it before. An official with the county says one of its owners was also bitten during Thursday's incident, and the other owner euthanized the dog. While this remains
Now, people, I need y'all to follow this story closely. Did y'all hear them say that the dog also attacked the owner and that the owner then shot the dog dead? So this dog was tweaking out. Wait a minute. Yeah, this dog was tweaking out. But listen to this.
under investigation. CBS 17 spoke with the director of animal services with Wake County about safety involving pets and kids.
I think there's this misconception, if there's never been a problem with a dog, since we're talking about dogs, that there's not going to be. And that's not always true. As a pet owner, you want to do everything to not set your pet up for an incident. So, kids are loud, they're noisy, they're rambunctious, they're running around, they're having a good time. Some dogs are not going to appreciate that.
Now, how many of you saw that coming? How many of you knew as soon as you saw this lady that they brought onto this news segment that is what they brought her on for? To say something just like that? How do you know that the child was doing anything? And why are you assuming that the child provoked the attack? What gives you the right to do that? Especially when they're telling you that the dog was so out of control that it attacked its owner also. The fact that it attacked its owner as well suggests was an unprovoked attack on the child. She overlooks that just to blame the child and take blame off the dog. Now that right there, that's deep. That's deep. No, lady, this is not a typical story like that. This dog was tweaking out, and she still tried to take blame off the dog and blame the child's behavior. These people are sick. Oh my goodness. Dog culture is sick.
As the dog. While this remains under investigation, CBS 17 spoke with the director of animal services with Wake County about safety involving pets and kids.
I think there's this misconception, if there's never been a problem with a dog, since we're talking about dogs, that there's not going to be. And that's not always true. As a pet owner, you want to do everything to not set your pet up for an incident. So, kids are loud, they're noisy, they're rambunctious, they're running around, they're having a good time. Some dogs are not going to appreciate that, or it might be too much for them.
Federico recommends keeping a close eye on both pets and kids and teaching kids to ask for an owner's permission before petting a dog. And the child's family tells us that they have no plans to sue the owners of the dog.
No plans to sue or press charges against the owners. Remember, they are friends with the owners. And did you hear what else they said? Teach the child how to interact with the dog. They are totally blaming this child for this attack. Can you imagine what they're saying behind closed doors? Seeing that there are no charges being pressed?
Kids and teaching kids to ask for an owner's permission before petting a dog.
Wow. Again, this despite the information they just shared with us that this dog was so out of control that it attacked its owner and was deleted by its owner. Why can't this simply be a case about an out of control dog? That's what it sounds like. That's what you all just described. No, they wanted to turn it into a situation where the dog was provoked. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. See, this is why I want dog culture destroyed. This is why it deserves to be destroyed. This is evil. This is pure evil. And nothing like this should exist, period. Shout out to all of you able to join me for this live stream. And I hope you can join me on the next as we continue with this crusade.